The Milky Way's mysterious ripple could be a scar from an ancient collision. Look hard enough at the roiling mist of gas and straight the starlight that's in our galaxy, and you'll find traces of a violent upbringing. Yet the scars of our past are not always easy to distinguish from more mundane tides that advance cosmic evolution, leaving researchers to speculate which patterns are evidence of cataclysmic events and which are typical signs of aging. Using data collected using the Gaia satellite, an international team of researchers has uncovered that what could be fresh details of a hypothetical dust-up between the Milky Way and an orbiting body of stars. Since the 1960s, a series of studies have slowly revealed a distinct S-shaped bend that can be seen in our galaxy's disk, speculated to be the product of a repeat beef with a smaller neighbor such as the Sagittarius dwarf spheroidal galaxy. According to recent analysis, the positions and movements of tens of thousands of stars stretching a quarter of the way across the galaxy suggests the bend may itself be quietly ringing with a wave propagating through the large-scale warp. Led by astronomer Eloisa Poggio at the Italian National Institute for Astrophysics, the team compared data on some 16,000 young giants at around 3,400 distant marker stars called Cephids, statistically correlating their back and forth movements with their up and down motion. The result is an oscillation that looks uncannily like the rolling motion of an ocean swell coursing through the masses of stars out from the Milky Way center, on top of but distinct from the tsunami surging below. While the corrugating barely rises above the plane of the galaxy, its spatial extension is vast, calculating to stretch more than a quarter of the way out towards the edges of the disk, with the outward moving stars deviating from their paths at around 10 to 15 kilometers, around 6 to 9 miles every second. Whether the radial and vertical motions are connected or whether the corrugation and underlying warp ought to share a common cause is debatable. It was only by removing a signature of the Milky Way's bend itself that the remaining variations in star position suggest some kind of abnormality may even be present. The warp and the wave do not necessarily need to be caused by the same event, Poggio explained to Science Alert. However, we will try to explain this point in the future using numerical simulations. He said, "Our galaxy hides its bruises well. It's only by looking for the subtle signatures of stars sitting out of place or moving in a curious direction that we might find reasons at all to search for traces of past grievances." Future works analyzing other data sets as well as different galaxy formation models will reveal further details on the formation and evolution of the observed feature, as well as a more detailed dynamical description of how waves propagate in the disk of the Milky Way, the researchers conclude in their report. The research was submitted to Astronomy and Astrophysics, available on preprint server ARXIV, and this is by Mike McCrae on Science Alert. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.